If fishing is your passion, the Allagash Wilderness Waterway has abundant native brook trout and lake trout awaiting you. The Allagash has some of the best fishing in the Northeast.
The Allagash is a special place in that the native fish assemblage is still here. Lake whitefish, lake trout, and brook trout are all still present here and all support fishing both summer and winter. It's one of the best watersheds in the state, or for the eastern U.S. for that matter, for providing fisheries for native wild fish. And that's what anglers seek out for a really quality backcountry experience. That's one of the things that people in their fishing excursions is that they look for opportunities to fish for wild and native fishes. We've taken a real conservative approach over the last 3 decades in regulating. In the last 25 years, that's really led to a real resurgence in brook trout populations. They're really thriving here on the waterway now.
Unlike many major river systems, the Allagash has maintained species integrity for thousands of years.
The fisheries in the Allagash are pretty much the way they were when the glaciers receded. Brook trout, whitefish, and lake trout or togue. I don't know where you can go in the Northeast and just go out there and catch a 16 or 18-inch beautiful native brook trout.
Making sure the waterway remains clear of non-native fish species is one of the most significant challenges facing the waterway today.
The fish are pretty much native to what they were above Allagash Falls. Below Allagash Falls, there is some invasive fish. There's the muskie and the bass, and there's actually landlocked salmon below the falls. But the muskie is the king down there. He's eaten all of his competition. And they grow big. I mean, they're making the best of it down there as a sport fish, but we certainly do not want muskies above Allagash Falls because they would invade the whole Allagash watershed all the way to Churchill Dam. We'd probably close the fish ladder on the dam to prohibit them from getting further up, but you never know, we might be too late by the time that happened.
Winter visitors can help preserve the native fisheries of the waterway by making sure they never dump unused bait down an ice fishing hole. Always dispose of live bait at an appropriate upland site. The native fish stocks of the waterway thrive in the cold, well-oxygenated water of the Allagash throughout the spring, early summer, fall, and winter seasons. Ice fishing is particularly popular on the larger lakes of the waterway.
We enjoy coming up here in the winter, spring, and fall. But we do quite a bit of ice fishing, usually have good luck on the brook trout here and the whitefish, some togue. We do a lot of partridge hunting on a lot of the roads. The grouse hunting is very good up in this area. And we've had probably a half a dozen or so moose hunts up here and always had very good success on the moose hunts.
It's big trout, big deer, big moose. It's pristine. It's one of the only few places left in the state of Maine that you can actually come up here and enjoy the way life should be, the way Maine is supposed to be. That's what draws me to the Allagash.
The waterway is it's remote, and it really has all of the qualities that make a backcountry trip so special. There's thousands of acres of larger lakes, miles and miles of free-flowing river, and the undisturbed shoreline is a great quality that people are really looking for and a great experience in the backcountry. I think talking to as many people as you possibly can, either whether it be a state agency or people who have done trips on the waterway, gathering as much information on when to come and what to use for gear is really important before you make a trip here.
Fishing licenses are required, and they can be obtained at sporting goods stores in the gateway communities and online at www.maine.gov/IFW. Please do your part to help stop the spread of invasive aquatic plants. Remove all plant fragments from boats, propellers, trailers, bait buckets, and anchors. Dispose of plants on high, dry ground away from the lake.
The regulations are varied across the waterway. There are special bag and length limits on many of the game species, so consulting the rule book, calling our regional office is another way to get information.
Consult the website of the Maine Department of Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry to learn more about this legendary fisherman's paradise.